Hi, welcome to our online virtual learning program. I am 𝒍𝒚. I am your Quantitative Aptitude faculty. Today we are going to discuss material number 1, and in this material we are going to discuss an important topic, that is profit and loss. So let's discuss some important terms related to the topic. Yes, for the topic profit and loss, first we are going to discuss some terms that we studied in our school level. That is, we know that cost price, we know selling price, profit, loss, marked price, discount, like that, right? So here I am explaining that terms one by one. I am starting with an example. Listen carefully. Assume that I started a biscuit shop, a retail outlet, a biscuit shop, and I am purchasing the product directly from the manufacturing factory. That means the biscuit factory. So assume that in that packet the MRP is given as ₹10, but I bought that product from the factory at a cost of ₹8. Since I am the retailer, and if I bought it for ₹8 from the factory, that ₹8 is what we called as cost price, right? I am explaining that once again. Listen carefully. The MRP is given in that packet, it is given as ₹10, and for me, since I bought as a bulk, per packet biscuit I got it for ₹8. So that ₹8 is what we called as basic price or cost price. Okay, on looking into the packet, I already said that the MRP is given as ₹10, and I am planning to sell it for MRP. So that MRP is what we called as selling price. Since I am planning to sell it for MRP, that MRP is what we called as selling price. So I bought it for ₹8 and I am selling it for ₹10. Then for sure it's a profit business, and the profit is selling price minus cost price, that is 2. So I am writing that terms. First of all, the first term is, we discussed, that is cost price, right? And the second term, it is selling price. From this data it is clear that the difference between selling price and profit, cost price, that is the profit. So we got the profit, the frame to find the profit. You hope you got the idea that what is cost price and selling price. Next we are dealing with marked price. Normally the MRP, the marked price, we will consider it as the marked price, right? After giving some discount to the marked price, we will get for some amount, right? That is what we called normally as selling price. A marked price will be there, a discount will be provided for that marked price. As a result of that, the retailers sell that product for some amount. That is called a selling price normally. So in normal condition we can consider like this too, that is the marked price we can consider it as selling price. Always remember that the selling price, it is less than or equal to marked price. Maybe marked price is equal to selling price, or otherwise the selling price will be less than marked price. Remember that point. The reason why is, if we apply discount for the product, that means if we apply discount, that discount is applied for the marked price. As a result of that, you will get the selling price. Hope this idea is clear, right? Next, the term I am dealing with is discount. If we need to find discount, first of all remember that first we should know the marked price. If there is a discount condition, remember that there should be a marked price and there should be a selling price. That means the difference between marked price and selling price, that is what we called as discount. Remember this point also. So discount, profit, we got 2 points. And marked price, always remember that that's a fixed price, or that's a MRP price, or marked price, we will say marked price as marked price, listed price, printed price, like that. Remember this point also. After that, if we need to find profit percentage, loss percentage, or discount percentage, what is the frame for that? I am going to discuss that next. So first of all, what is profit percentage? I am considering that here. Profit percentage. Profit percentage, in order to find the profit percentage, we always consider the profit with respect to cost price. Remember that condition. So profit percentage is equal to profit divided by cost price into 100%. Remember this frame. That's very important. Always remember that we need to consider profit and loss with respect to cost price, right? So for sure we can consider the loss percentage also. Loss percentage, which is equal to loss by cost price into 100%. These are the basic frames required to find the answer for profit and loss. Okay, so loss percentage, and the next one is discount percentage. Always remember that I already said that discount, it always depend on marked price. Okay, so simply I can say like this: profit and loss, it always depend on CP, and discount, it always depend on marked price. So next, discount percentage. So discount percentage is equal to discount divided by marked price into 100%. Also, if we need to find the loss, yes, it's very easy to find, right? In loss condition, the cost price value will be more, right? So the reverse, that is cost price minus selling price. That also you should remember. So consider all this. These all are required to find the answer for profit and loss questions. So please note this. Before start solving the questions in the material, first of all, I will discuss an example, a small example, right? Listen carefully. Assume that the selling price of the product is given as rupees 10, selling price. And if the profit percentage is given as 25%, and if we need to find the cost price, how it is possible to find, right? So first of all, I am going to discuss in this question in the conventional way, and I will explain a trick to solve this question. So listen carefully. Yes, the selling price and the profit percentage is given, and we need to find the cost price. So normally, in order to find the cost price, the conventional frame is cost price is equal to selling price into 100 divided by 100 plus profit percentage. This is the frame to find the cost price. On substituting, you will get the answer. I am substituting that. So selling price is equal to, selling price we know that it is 10 into 100 divided by 100 plus profit percent is 25, right? So 100 plus 25. As a result of that, it is 10 into 100 divided by 125. I am cancelling it. Yes, 25 4 times and 25 5 times and 5 2 times. So 4 into 2, that is 8. So we got the value as 8. That means for this question, the cost price is rupees 8. This is the conventional way to solve the question. But here I am using a tricky method to find the answer for the given question. We got the answer as rupees 8, but here I am using a tricky way. Listen carefully. We all know that we consider the profit percentage with respect to CP, because in order to find the profit percentage, we know the frame, that is profit by CP into 100. And if we need to find the loss percentage also, loss by CP into 100. So listen the logic I am applying. Here we considered with respect to cost price. So my trick is that I will consider the with respect to as 100. That means here when we consider profit percentage and loss percentage, our CP is 100. Remember that. I'm considering the CP as 100 to make the calculation easier. After that, if we need to find the selling price, if some profit percentage is given, assume that the profit percentage is given as 15%, 15%. And if it is asked to find the selling price, if the CP is 100, it's very easy to find. The reason why is, I will explain that logic. Listen, we know that selling price is equal to cost price plus profit, that we know. Or simply we can say profit is equal to SP minus CP. When we consider CP to the left hand side, then it becomes SP minus CP. Similarly, selling price is equal to cost price minus loss. That also we can consider, right? Using this frame, I am going to find the logic. First of all, I am explaining in a blank way. That is, if the profit percent is given as 15%, if we need to find the selling price, just add that 15 with 100. So 100 plus 15, that is equal to 115. So we can directly say that if the profit percent is 15%, then we can say that the selling price is 115. If the profit percent is 20%, then we can say that it is 120. And if the profit percent is 35%, then it is 135. We can directly say that. Again, in similar way, if the loss percent is given, assume that the loss percent is given as 5. If the loss percent is given, just subtract that 5 from 100, because our CP is 100. So 100 minus 5, that is 95. So if it is a profit percentage condition given, add that profit percentage with 100, and if it is a loss percentage condition is given, subtract that from 100. A simple logic. And how it is applied? Listen. Here, if it is given that the profit percentage is for this question 25%, right? Always we will assume our CP as 100. I am considering here the CP as 100 plus. If we need to find the profit always with respect to CP, we consider the CP as 100, and if the profit percent is 25, so 25% of that 100, that is 25, right? So 100 plus 25. As a result of that, you will get this as 125, right? Because the CP here is 100, or we assume the CP as 100. That's why. Next, here also the CP 100 minus, if the loss is 10%, assume that the loss is 10%. So 10% of loss also depend on cost price. So 10% of 100, that is 10. So 100 minus 10, that is 90. Hope you got the idea. So if it is a profit percentage condition, add that with 100. If a loss percentage condition, subtract that from 100. These are the logics required to find some tough questions. We need to discuss difficult questions for bank examination. In order to solve that question within seconds, we need to know these tricks. Here for this question, I am using a technique, that same technique to find the answer. Listen carefully. Yes, we will consider our CP as 100 always. Remember that. Yes, the profit percentage is given. Listen, when we are dealing with these type of questions, first we should understand what are the given values. Here the selling price is given, right? And the profit percent is given, and we need to find the cost price. We know that it is 8 by using the conventional method, and here I am using the technique or trick to find the answer. So the selling price is given. Since the selling price is given the question, we need to start with that selling price. So we will go to our assumed value 100. Since the profit percent is 25, we can assume our selling price, right? If the profit percent is 25, as I already said, if the CP is 100 and if the profit percent is 25, we can directly say that our selling price is 125, right? So for us, with 25% profit, our selling price is 125. But in the given question, with the 25% profit, the selling price is rupees 10. So corresponding to our 125, the value for this question is 10. Okay, and what we need to find? We need to find the CP. Our CP is always 100. So corresponding to 100, the value for the given question is. Here I am applying a method called broken chain method. So you know how to apply the broken chain method. I am explaining that once again. Listen carefully. The procedure is that first we should write the value above the question mark 10 into, next a fraction. After that, listen carefully, from in the left hand side, from our selling price to our cost price, the value is decreasing. So for this question also, from selling price to cost price, the value should decrease. That means here we need to get a smaller number, that is less than 10. To get a smaller value, we should consider smaller value in the numerator. Here a numerator and denominator value is required, right? Here we need to consider, in the numerator section, we need to consider smaller value, because from this to this session, we need to get a smaller value. Here, in order to get a smaller value, we should consider smaller value in the numerator. Here the smaller value is 100. So I am considering 100 in the numerator and 125 in the denominator. I am cancelling and solving this. S 25 4 times, 25 5 times, and 5 2 times. As a result of that, finally 4 into 2. So you got the same answer, 8. Hope this idea is clear. I am using this logic to find the answer for the given questions. If it's a profit percentage condition, we need to add that with 100. Remember that. And if it is a loss percentage condition, we need to subtract that from 100. For example, if this is loss percentage, 25% loss, in that condition we need to consider here it as 75, right? Because loss, if it is a loss condition, we need to subtract that from 100, right? So 100 minus 25, it is 75. Think like that. So let's start discussing the questions one by one. Question number 1. Alfred buys an old scooter for rupees 4,700 and spend rupees 800 on its repair. If he sells the scooter for rupees 5,800, his gain percentages. Gain means profit. So here we need to find the profit percentage. We know the frame, the profit percentage frame, that is percentage profit is equal to, it is profit by with respect to CP, cost price, is what percentage. This is the frame that we know, right? So we need to find the percentage profit. Listen carefully. To find the profit, we require cost price and selling price. On reading this question, you can see that Alfred buys an old scooter for rupees 4,700. That means he bought it for 4,700. So that is the cost price. So here we can consider the cost price as rupees 4,700, right? And spends rupees 800 on its repair. Listen carefully. And after that, he sells the scooter for 5,800. Here we need to remember a point. After buying that product, he has some extra expenditure for that product, right? Here he bought a scooter and he spends rupees 800 on its repair, means that is his expenditure. Always remember, before selling, the whole expenditure we will consider it as the cost price. Before selling a product for a particular amount, the amount before that, that means the whole expenditures, we will consider that as the cost price. So we should remember here the cost price is initially it was 4,700 plus that 800 that he spends for its repair, right? So that 800 also we need to consider it as the cost price. As a result of that, the total cost price, basic price plus its expenditure, which is equal to 5,500. This is the value we need to consider it as the cost price, right? After that, next we need to find the selling price, and it is clearly given, the selling price is clearly given as rupees 5,800. And what we need to find? We need to find the percentage profit. So percentage profit is equal to profit. The profit, we know that it's the difference between selling price and cost price, and it is 300, the difference, divided by CP, cost price it is 5,500, is what percentage? We need to solve this. I am solving, listen. Yes, I am cancelling these two zeros. After that 5, it is 11 times, and 5, it is 60 times, right? So 60 by 11. On dividing 60 by 11, you will get the answer as 5.45%. So for this question, the answer is option number 2, 5.45%. Answer. Question number 2. Find the cost price if by selling goods for rupees 279, a merchant loses 7%. Yes, the loss percentage is clearly given, and the selling price is also given. We need to find the cost price. So first of all, I am considering the given values, that is selling price is given. Selling price is given as rupees 279. Also the loss percentage loss is given as 7%. And what we need to find? We need to find the cost price. As I framed in the example, you know how to apply. Always our CP, cost price, we will assume our CP as 100. Remember that condition. After that, listen, here the selling price is given. That selling price includes 7% loss. So for us, our CP is always 100, and first, since SP is given, we should consider the SP first. If the loss, always we will consider the CP as 100, I am repeating again and again. So our CP is 100, and if the loss percent is 7, for us, the selling price will be 93. The reason why is we need to subtract that 7 from 100. So 97. Corresponding to, not 97, 93. Corresponding to our 93, in the question, the value is clearly given as 279. Right? After that, we need to find the cost price. Our cost price is always 100. Then corresponding to 100, the value for the given question is, I am applying the Brocken chain technique. I am writing the value above the question mark, 279 into, next a fraction. Yes, from selling price to cost price, the value is increasing. So from this portion to this portion, the value should increase. That means here we need to get a larger number. To get a larger number, we should consider larger number in the numerator. Think like this. If we need to get a smaller number, we need to consider smaller number in the numerator. If we need to get a larger number, we need to consider a larger number in the numerator. So here the larger number is 100. So I am considering 100 in the numerator and 93 in the denominator. I am cancelling and solving this. Yes, 93, it is 3 times. So 3 into 100. That means the answer is 300. So for this question, the answer is 300. That is option number 3. Answer. Question number 3. A watch costing rupees 120 was sold at a loss of 15%. The selling prices. Yes, the first the cost price is given, rupees 120. Next, the loss percentage is given, it is 15%. And we need to find the selling price. Right? Always our CP is 100, remember that. So I am starting. Since CP and the loss percentage is given, we need to start from that frame. Since CP is given, I need to start with CP. Always my CP is 100. Corresponding to my 100, in the given question, the CP is given as 120. It's very easy, right? After that, we need to find the selling price. Selling price with 15% loss. So with 15% loss, the selling price will be 85, right? Because we need to subtract that 15 from 100. As a result of that, you will get as 85. So corresponding to our 85, the value for the given question is. I am applying Brocken chain. So 120 into, next a fraction. Yes, from cost price to selling price, the value is decreasing. So here also from cost price to selling price, the value should decrease. That means here we need to get a smaller number. To get a smaller number, I am considering 85 in the numerator and 100 in the denominator. Solving this. Yes, 20 it is 5 times, and 20 here it is 6 times, and 5 1 time, and it is 17 times. So 17 into 6, you will get as 102. So here for this question, the answer is option number 1, 102. Answer. Question number 4. By selling goods for rupees 153, a man loses 10%. For how much should he sell them to gain 20%? Listen, here I am writing the condition. The selling price is clearly given. For selling for rupees 153, a man loses, the loss percentage is given as 10%. For how much should he sell them? So we need to find the selling price again to gain 20%. That means to get a profit percentage of 20%. Remember that we are discussing about the same product, right? I am explaining that in a way that on selling it for rupees 153, a man loses 10%. To get 20% profit for on selling that same product, the selling price should be. Normally in our mind, using our previous technique, we will think like this. That means using this selling price and this loss percentage, we can easily find the cost price. The reason why is we are discussing about the same product. Using this cost price and this profit percentage, we can find the selling price. That's a way to solve. But here I am using another easier way to find the answer. Listen, I am using the same broken chain technique. Listen carefully. First of all, I am not going to find the cost price. Instead of that, listen. Here, initially the loss percent is given as 10%. Always RCP is 100, that will never change. Remember that. Because we are dealing with profit percent and loss percentage, always RCP is 100. So, if RCP is 100 and if the loss percent is 10, then our SP will be 90, right? For this condition, our SP will be 90. Corresponding to R90, here for this condition, the SP is given as 153. Right? And what we need to find? We need to find a selling price with a 20% profit. If our profit percent is 20 and if our CP is 100, then we can say that our selling price will be 120. Then corresponding to our 120, the value for the given question is, I am explaining that once again. If 10% is the loss, our CP is, our SP is 90. Corresponding to our 90, in the given question, if it is clearly given as 153, with the 20% profit, our value is 120. Corresponding to our 120, the value for the given question is. The CP is not changing, that's constant, remember that. So here also I am applying the broken chain. So first of all, I should write the value above the question mark, 153 into. After that, from 90 to 100, the value is increasing. So from 153 to question mark, the value should increase. That means here we need to get a larger number. To get a larger number, we should consider a larger number in the numerator. That means I am considering 120 in the numerator and 90 in the denominator. Solving this, cancelling these two zeros, S3 3 times and this is 4 times. After that 3 1 time, 3 5s are 15. After that 3 1s are. So 51 into 4. As a result of that, you will get this as 204. Yes, we got the value. The answer is option number 2. Answer. Question number 5. A shopkeeper bought a table marked at rupees 200 at successive discounts of 10% and 15% respectively. He spent rupees 7 on transport and sold the table for 208. Find his profit percentage. Yes, here we need to find the profit percentage. We know the frame. Profit percentage is equal to profit with respect to cost price is what percentage? We need to find the profit percentage. For that, a shopkeeper bought a table marked at rupees 200. So the marked price is given here. That is rupees 200. At successive discount of 10% and 15% respectively. After applying this discount 10% and after that 15% discount, he bought that product. After applying the discount, we will get that product. Normally we will say that that is the selling price. After applying discount for the marked price, the final price is what we call as selling price. But he spent rupees 7 on transport and sold the table. Since he sold that product, we consider that selling price as cost price because he bought that product. After that, on buying, that's the selling price. At the same time, when we are looking into two sides, when we are looking into the seller side, that is his selling price. When we look into the buyer side, that's his cost price, right? Here, he bought and he sold that. So I am considering that as the cost price only, right? So I am applying the discount. First of all, initially the marked price was 200. He applied 10% discount on it. Normally think like this. If we need to find discount, normally we will frame it like this, 200 into 10% of 200. First we should find this. As a result of that, you will get 20. Next, we should subtract that 20 from 200. As a result of that, you will get the after discount value, right? When we apply this 10% discount. But instead of solving like this, I am using another technique. Listen, another new technique. That is 200. That's a marked price. If I am applying 10% discount, just subtract that 10 from 100. As a result of that, you can write as into 90 by 100. Since it is 10% discount. If it is 20% discount, write 200 into 80 by 100. On solving, listen, I am cancelling these two zeros. 9 into 2, that is 180. That means no need to find the discount and no need to subtract that from. If we normally find the percentage and if we normally find the discount and subtract from it, you will get the same 180. Listen, 10% of 200, that is 20. If we subtract that 20 from 200, then it becomes 180. Instead of solving like this, it's a lengthy procedure. Try to solve like this. You will directly get that value, 180. So I am writing it here as into 90 by 100 after 10% discount. Since it is successive discount, again he is applying 50%. After applying that 10%, again he is applying 15%. So this is the value after applying 10% discount. That is 180, right? After that, again he is applying 15% discount. Here also I am applying the same technique. Of course, we can find, since this is 180, first we should find 15% of 180. After finding that, we should subtract this from 180 to get the value. Instead of solving that like that, I am solving like this. 180 into, I am not 180, it is 200 into 90 by 100 into, we need to subtract 15. So since we need to subtract 15, 100 minus 15, that is 85. So into 85 by 100. I am writing like that. Hope this idea is clear, right? If the discount percent is 23%, subtract 100 minus 23. If the discount percent is 12%, subtract that from 100 minus 12, that is 88%. Write like that, discount. Okay, so this is the final value we will get after applying these two successive discounts. So I am solving this. Yes, I am cancelling 100, it is 2 times. Next, after that, it is 520 times, and this is 17 times. I am cancelling these two zeros and these two. So 17 into 9, that is 153. So we got the cost price, initial cost price after applying that successive discount. After that, he spent rupees 7 on transport and sold. So it may be confusing that whether it is SP or CP. Listen, consider a wholesaler and a retailer, right? For wholesaler, consider the mark price at 200. When the wholesaler sell a product, of course, this 153 is the selling price of that wholesaler. At the same time, for that retailer, this 153 is the cost price. Hope this is clear, right? That's why I neglected the selling price and cost price, because this retailer is going to sell that product for rupees 208. That's why I consider this as CP. Okay, after that, another point is given. He spent rupees 7 on transport. So we should consider that extra expenditure also, plus 7. As a result of that, his final cost price becomes 160. Yes, we got the cost price. Also, the selling price is clearly given, that is 208. Then we can easily find the profit percentage, right? So the difference, that's a profit. So 208 minus 160, that is 48. So 48 with respect to CP. CP here is 160. 160 is what percentage? Solving this, cancelling these two zeros, 16, it is 3 times, so 3 into 10, so it is 30%. That means the profit percentage here for this question is 30%, option number 1, answer. A very good question, question number 6. If oranges are bought at 11 for 10 paise and sold it at 10 for 11 paise, what is the gain or loss percentage? We know how to frame gain or loss percentage. If it is a gain business, we need to find the gain percentage. If it is a loss business, we need to find the loss percentage. First of all, we should check whether it is a gain or a loss. For that, first clearly given oranges and the amount is given. I am noting that. Yes, if oranges are bought at, that means I bought 11 oranges for 10 paise and I sold 10 oranges for 11 paise. And we need to find the gain or loss percentage. In order to find the gain or loss percentage for these type of questions, remember that here the problem is I bought 11 and I sold only 10. So it is difficult to find the amount when we are calculating like that. For that, use this tricky way. That means make this two values same. That means if I bought X number of oranges, I need to sell the same X number of oranges. So we need to make these two values same. In order to make these two values same, the best possibility is take the common multiple of these two values. Or simply we can say that take the least common multiple or LCM. So I am going to take the LCM for these two, that is 11 and 10. For 11 and 10, the LCM is 110, right? So I am going to take LCM of these two. Yes, since in order to make this 110, we need to multiply this with 10, and here in order to make this 110, we need to multiply this with 11. As a result of that, these two values become same, right? Since here we need to multiply it with 10, in order to make the calculation mathematically equal, we need to multiply this amount also with 10. Then only it will be equal, mathematically equal, right? Since here we multiply it with 11, here also we need to multiply it with 11. As a result of that, what happens? We can say like this, I bought 110 oranges for 10 into 10, 100 paise, and I sold the same 110 oranges for 11 to 11, 121 paise. Since I bought the number of oranges I bought and sold is same, we can calculate the cost price as 100, or we can consider the cost price as 100, and we can consider the selling price as 121. So using these two, we can easily find. Always remember that this is not the actual value, this is the assumed value based on our LCM value, right? So CP here is 100 and SP here is 121. So we can consider the profit percentage. Since CP is less than SP, it is profit. So we need to find the profit percentage. Yes, profit percentage is equal. Directly we can say that the profit percentage is 21%. The reason why is CP is 100, right? But I am calculating this, profit is equal to C profit. The difference between CP and SP, that is 21 with respect to CP. CP is 100 into 100%. As a result of that, we will get it as 21%. So the answer is option number 4, 21% gain. We can apply this technique for many questions. Question number 7, similar to the previous one. A fruit seller purchases oranges at the rate of 3 rupees 5 and sell them at 2 rupees 4. His profit percentage in the transaction is. Here clearly given that we need to find the profit percentage. So I am writing that condition, oranges, and the rate is given. Yes, I am considering that. First, a fruit seller purchases oranges at the rate of 3 rupees 5 and sells them at 2 rupees 4. His profit percentage. As I already said in the previous question, we need to make these two values same. That means the number of oranges bought and the number of oranges sold. We need to make these two values same. In order to make these two values same, we need to take the LCM. The LCM for 3 and 2 is 6. So 3 into 2 is 6 and 2 into 3 is 6. Since here I multiplied with 2, here also I need to make it multiplied with 2 in order to make mathematically equal. Here I multiplied with 3, so here also I need to multiply it with 3. So simply we can say that I bought 6 oranges for 10 rupees and I sold the same 6 number of oranges for 12 rupees. So this is the cost price. Since I bought it, that's the cost price, and this is the selling price, and we need to find the profit percentage. So this is the assumed cost price and selling price. Never think that this is the original cost price and this is the original selling price, right? So profit percentage is equal to profit, the difference of these two, by CP. CP here is 10, is what percent? Always remember that if we need to find the percentage or ratio, the actual values are not required. That means the actual cost price or actual selling price or any other values are not required. Ratio or percentage are enough, or assumed values are enough to find the answer for the question. Remember that point, right? So I am calculating this, I am cancelling these two zeros. As a result of that, the answer is 20%. So the gain for this question is 20%. That's option number 1 answer. Question number 8. The cost price of 12 articles is same as the selling price of 9 articles. Then find the gain percentage. Here also we need to find the profit percentage. For that, here also we can apply the same technique that we applied in the previous question. But before that, I am using another method, or I am explaining another trick also. That is, listen, the cost price of 12 articles. I am assuming the cost price of 1 article as CP. 1 article as CP. Then for 12 article, it is 12 into CP. Because clearly given that cost price of 12 articles. As is same as selling price of 9 article. Again, I am assuming the selling price of 1 article as SP. Then for 9 article, it is 9 into SP, right? And clearly given that the cost price of 12 article, this is the cost price of 12 article, which is equal to the selling price of 9 article. On cancelling these values, 3 it is 3 times and 3 it is 4 times. As a result of that, cost price, I am taking the selling price to the left hand side, divided by selling price is equal to 3 by 4. The reason why is we multiplied HP with 3, so on taking to the left hand side it becomes divide by. Here also I taking that 4 to the right hand side, since it is multiplied here, on taking it to the right hand side it becomes divide by. So we got cost price by selling price. We know that the fraction we can write in ratio form, so I can say that cost price is to selling price is equal to 3:4. Yes, we got the ratio value for cost price and selling price. And since we need to find only the profit percentage, as I said earlier, that is, if we need to find the percentage, the actual values are not required. So we can consider the cost price as 3 and the selling price as 4. So we can say that the cost price is 3 and selling price as 4. Then the profit will be the difference of this, that is 1, right? So I am going to find the profit percentage. Profit percentage is equal to profit, the difference here is 1 divided by CP, that is 3 into 100%. As a result of that, 100 by 3, which is equal to 33 1 by 3% profit. So for this question, the answer is 33 1 by 3%. That's the first method. And I am also discussing the second method that we discussed in the previous question. Listen, a second method is clearly given. The cost price of 12 article is equal to the selling price of 9 article. Actually, the amount is unknown for me, right? Clearly given, the cost price of 12 article is equal to the selling price of 9 article. For 12 article, the amount is unknown. I am assuming the amount as 100, cost price as 100. Clearly given, the cost price of 12 article is equal to the selling price of 9 article, means since the cost price we consider it as 100, then for the selling price also we need to consider it as 100, right? That's a condition. But we know that we bought 12 and we sold only 9. We need to make these two values same. To make these two values same, we need to take the LCM. So I am going to take the LCM. Yes, for 12 and 9, the LCM is 36. So 12 into 3 and 9 into 4. That's 36, right? Since here I multiplied with 3, here also I need to multiply with 3. Here I multiplied with 4, so here also I need to multiply with 4. So simply I can say that for 36 article, the cost price is 300, and for the same 36 article, the selling price is 400. So this is cost price and this is selling price. So the profit here is 100 with respect to CP, that is 300, is what percentage? Yes, 1/3 of 100%. Again, you will get the same answer, that is 33 1 by 3% answer. Question number 9. A trader man marks his article 50% above the cost. He allows his customer some discount and still makes a profit of 20%. What was the rate of discount? So rate of discount means we need to find the discount percentage. Discount percentage is equal to discount divided by marked price into 100. That we know, right? Into 100%. So we should know the discount and marked price. For that, clearly given, a trader man marks his article 50% above the cost. Actually, the cost is unknown. So I am assuming the cost price as 100. Here on reading that question, you can understand that no values are given. So we should take our assumed values to find the percentage, because it is asked to find only the percentage. Since it is asked to find only the percentage, the assumed values are enough to find the answer for the question. Remember that point always. Okay, so I consider the cost price as 100. Next, a trader man marks his article 50% above cost price, means next it is the marked price, 50% above cost price. So he considered the marked price with respect to CP. Always we need to consider the marked price with respect to CP. Remember that. So marked price 50% of cost price 100. 50% of 100 is 50. Then 100 plus that 50, that will be the marked price. So we will get as 150. After that, and still makes a profit of 20%, means that means on selling the product he will get 20% profit. That's the meaning, right? So with the 20% profit, if the CP is 100, then for sure the selling price will be 120. Correct? After that, we need to find the rate. So discount by marked price into 100. Discount, we know that it is the difference between marked price and selling price. Using our assumed value, we can say that the discount will be 30. So I am considering that 30 divided by, I have assumed marked price is 150, is what percentage? So 1/5 of 100. So you will get the answer as 20%. So for this question, the rate of discount, it is option number 1, 20% answer. Question number 10, last question, a very good question. A man sells an article at a gain of 15%. If he had bought it at 10% less and sold it for rupees 4 less, he would have gained 25%. Find the cost price. So we need to find the real world value. For that, a real world value is given rupees 4. We need to connect our assumed value with this real world value. Remember that. For that, I am considering the condition. We need to find the CP. Remember, a man sells an article at a gain of 15%. So if we had bought it at 10% less means the cost price is changing. That's the meaning. So first of all, I am considering the cost price here. Initially, I am assuming we need to find the CP, and I am assuming our CP as 100 initially. A man sells an article at a gain of 15%. It means the profit percent is given 15%. With the 15% profit, initially the selling price will be 115, right? After that, if we had bought it at 10% less means compared to this value, if it is 10% less means it is 90, right? That means the CP is changing from 100 to 90. He would have gained, ignore this condition and read this, he would have gained 25%. That means if he had bought it at 10% less, he would have gained 25%. So if he bought it for 90, he would have gained 25%. It means we need to find 25% of this 90. So I am going to find 25% of this 90. That means 1/4 of 90. 1/4 of 90 means half of 90 is 45. Half of 45, that will be 22.5. So we will get the profit as 22.5. Yes, we got the profit and we know the CP as 90. So the selling price in that condition will be the sum of that, that is 112.5. So to get that 25% profit, if the CP is 90, the selling price should be 112.5. Hope this is clear. After that, I am connecting that and I am reading that. That means if he had bought it at 10% less and sold it for 4 less, that means next they are comparing the selling price condition. So we need to connect our assumed value with the real world value. Initially, I bought for 100 and I sold for 115. Now I bought for 90 and sold for 112.5. When comparing these two, when compared to the previous selling price, it is actually 2.5 less, right? Corresponding to this 2.5, the value, real world value is given as 4. Because on reading, it is clear that if he bought it at 10% less and sold it for rupees 4 less, when compared to the previous one, he sold it for 4 less. Here, when compared to the previous condition, he sold it for 2.5 less. Right? Because initially it was 115 and now it is only 112.5. That means 2.5 less. So 2.5 corresponds to 4, and what we need to find? We need to find the CP. Our CP is 100. So corresponding to 100, the value for the given question is. So I am applying the Brocken chain. 4 into 100 divided by 2.5. I am solving this. Yes, 2.5, it is 40 times. So 40 into 4, 4 into 4, it is 60. So 160. So for this question, the answer is, the cost price is option number 1, 160. Answer. Today we discussed only some basic questions. We need to discuss moderate and difficult level questions for bank examination that we will discuss in the upcoming classes. So thank you for watching the video. Thank you very much.